Konnichiwa. Just got off the railway station, come through the doors, popped out here, and I had one of those tourist moments where I thought, oh my God, we're in the Shibuya crossing, which means we're in Tokyo, which means we're in Japan, and I can't believe it. I'm definitely kind of feeling it at the moment. It's crazy, there's so many people around, but it all works so much like clockwork. We've just, first day in Japan, and used GPS and kind of navigated our way through about 4 different train changes. So it works, the system seems to work, even for us. So can't wait to find out more about this country.
Konnichiwa from Japan. Winnie and I have been waiting for so long, and we did so much research and watched so many videos, and we just cannot believe that we're actually here. We're looking forward to a really exciting trip for the next couple of months.
But before we begin that trip, I want to go to the most famous Starbucks in the whole world so I can watch this crossing. Next stop, Cappuccino, Starbucks, Shibuya crossing. This has been the seat of the royal family in their home ever since the royal family moved the capital of Japan, previously down in Kyoto, across to what was then Edo in 1868. And of course, Edo was eventually renamed Tokyo, which is where we are. But they still live in there, somewhere. You just can't get to them. We're at one of the gates. This is the western side of the Imperial Palace. It's beautiful. The trees are like great big typical Japanese trees. It's exquisite, but something tells me that we're not going to be allowed to go any further than this gate to go and potter around with our camera. So I guess this is as far as we go, unless we actually have a personal invitation from the emperor. Interesting factoid, the current emperor, Naruhito, who stepped up into the role of emperor when his father abdicated in 2019, so only 4 years ago, is the last leader of a country to hold the title of emperor. It's not quite the oldest, and it's not even the biggest, but it's probably one of the most interesting of all the railway stations you'll find in Tokyo. This is the Tokyo Central Station. It was built and opened around about 1914. And interestingly, the first architect that the king appointed to create this was rejected for being too Japanese. What the king wanted was something that sort of was representative more of the Western civilization, and this is what came up. There are many who think it's exactly like the Central Station at Amsterdam because of the similarity of the bricks. Today, it sits here clearing about 500,000 passengers every single day. So you've got the railway station and you've got a hotel. And it's sitting right in the middle of the modern part of Tokyo with the Imperial Palace just there and Ginza right next door to it too. This is the crazy and wonderful and astonishing kind of thing you find underground. This is an art gallery, and it's connected with the palace on one side and the main building center on the other. But it's a proper art gallery. You wouldn't even know it was here. We seem to have a penchant for tall buildings or towers with views. And in Tokyo, the place to go for that is the top of the Tokyo Towers. So we're 250 meters up, which is as high as you can go. And it has offered us the promise of a panoramic view. We're here at sunset. And I tell you what, it couldn't be a better place to be as the sun sets on this bustling, incredible city. Here we are on top of Tokyo. Looking out on this vast city. It just seems to go on forever and ever. I'm reminded of just how big it is. Tokyo is 4 times bigger than London. There are 40 million people who live in this city. And we have a population back home in South Africa of 60 million for the whole country. 40 million in one city. But you can see it. It's mind-boggling. It is such a densely packed, exciting city. We're learning fast. We've come into a tiny little Japanese restaurant under the ground, and this is how you order your meals wherever you go, apparently. Here's the important instruction. It's got to be in English. And then you start hunting somehow for what you want.
Press a button to indicate your selection.
I've already got it wrong. Okay, so we're heading for this combo pack of classic-looking Japanese food.
Please touch print ticket to confirm your order.
We need more, and we want one of those. Now I'll print my ticket.
Please insert money.
Oh, they're so demanding. Okay, goodness me, no pressure. I'm feeling horribly rejected. This is the 3rd time we're having a go. We're learning English. Definitely set menu. Villy wants large meat dish. I want fish dish. Before it shouts at me, print ticket.
Please insert money.
A money credit card it doesn't like.
Smart card. Please wait.
I'm waiting.
Ticket is now printing.
Lots of things happening.
Ticket and change.
And it gives me money. I think we've ordered ourselves something to eat. So we survived the order process. And now we're sitting at a teeny tiny counter, which is about a ruler in depth. And we're actually watching them make the order right in front of us. And here it is. It arrived in absolutely no time at all. There's Villy's meat combination. And there's my fish combination with the ubiquitous chopsticks.
Would you like to order the bluefin tuna?
Hi, okay.
What's out there, please?
What's the verdict?
That is so good.
Is it good? Navigating and eating your way around Japan is not for the faint-hearted. We've come into a typical little Japanese restaurant. Small detail is they don't speak English and the menu's not in English. So we have Google Translate, which has got a sort of photographic element. And by putting it on my menu, in the cutest English, you sort of get an immediate translation of what some of these words are. Like Villy and I managed to sort of hit on something that looks like a squiggle of ants walking across the menu called fried noodles. So let's cross fingers and hope that's actually what we've ordered. This is like Kit Kat meets Willy Wonka gone bonkers in Japan. I read about this. They have lots of different varieties. This one is green tea. There's a wasabi one. That's milk tea. This one is citrus, strawberry. There's all the different Japanese teas. All the different flavors. Strawberry cheesecake. How about this one? Japanese sake, Kit at. In the very heart of Asakusa is this, the Sensuji Temple, which claims to be the oldest temple in the area and dating back to the year 638. Around this temple is an important figure called Kannon, and she, not him, is not Buddha, but a what they call a Bodhisattva, which is a deity which could have risen to nirvana, but who chose through compassion to remain down on earth. So she is the goddess here of mercy, and much, much revered by the people who live in this area in the whole of Tokyo. At the temple, one of the things you're supposed to do is have your fortune told. So omikuji is the process. So we don't know how this works. We're going to give it a go. So 100 yen into the slot. And it says politely shake. Now I've got to get a stick out of here. Now I've got to match that to this. Now that has to go back in. Shake. For better or for worse, got myself a fortune. It's not good. It says final, the last fortune. Apparently, if it's good, to keep it, and if it's bad, you go hang it on a rack, and you leave the bling bling behind. So, and I tie it. Then, apparently. Akiba, just alongside the middle part of Tokyo, has got to be one of the most exciting places you could come to. We came here as the afternoon dips into evening, and it is so noisy and lively and full of lights. And it's full of toys and gizmos and gadgets and digital, and it's crazy. It's like all the Japanese people are channeling their inner teen, which is what we're trying to do. A very strange phenomenon, which has caught me by surprise, is that along the streets there are these beautiful young girls dressed in maid outfits, and apparently they call them maids. Little short dresses, high shoes, handing out pamphlets, and it's a phenomenon of this part of town. This is Gachapon. It absolutely fascinates me. You put money in the slot and you choose your toy you want, and boom, out comes a little plastic ball with a little plastic collectible, allegedly toy, inside it. They're nuts for these machines. It's a mad world of cartoons and Disney-like creatures, and over here we're finding, I don't know what they are, they're like badges, and you collect them and put them onto lanyards, I suppose, but it's anime and more. It's wacky. Well, it is to me anyway, maybe not to Japan. Back on the bus again. I told you the only way to see a new city is to get hopping on and hopping off the bus, even when the heaven is open on top of you. Everybody, but like everybody's on their cell phones, and nobody says a word. You have to be very quiet on these trains.